90 seconds that may exonerate Lee Harvey Oswald as a JFK assassin. Sometimes common sense must prevail in the absence of provable facts. The Warren Commission was never able to prove that Lee Oswald was physically at the sixth floor southeast corner Book Depository window at 12:30 p.m. when the gunshots that changed history were fired at President John F. Kennedy. Instead, in naming Lee Oswald as the lone assassin of JFK, circumstantial evidence was cited to place Oswald at the window where you see me crouching at right. Any and all exculpatory evidence to suggest that Lee Oswald was not on the sixth floor when the shots rang out was dismissed or outright ignored by the Dallas Police, the FBI, and the Warren Commission. This key ignored witness, Geraldine Reed, told researcher Robert Groden that at the very moment the shots sounded outside, she was making change for Oswald on the second floor to purchase a cola drink from the staff lunchroom vending machine. Then there's the sworn testimony of Carolyn Arnold, who said she saw Oswald on the first floor no more than a few minutes before the JFK limousine passed by the Book Depository building and the shots sounded. Time would not have permitted Oswald to take the slow freight elevator up to the sixth floor or run up 5 flights of stairs, as shown at right, without having been seen by any fellow employees. Then navigate his way around boxes of books, as seen at right, to get to the far southeast corner window, catch his breath, grab his pre-planted rifle, crouch or kneel at the window, find his target, and fire 3 shots with 2 direct hits in 6 seconds. The Arnold and Reed accounts make timing sense. After being seen by Arnold on the first floor, Oswald had adequate time to venture up to the second floor and ask Reed to make change for the vending machine while JFK was under attack outside. Obviously, Oswald could not have also been on the sixth floor if either Carolyn Arnold or Geraldine Reed are correct. But as the Warren report would have us believe, let's assume that Lee Harvey Oswald was at that window where you see me, and he did fire the shots that killed JFK. The 90 seconds that followed the final shot that killed President Kennedy were cited by the Commission as the attempted escape of this guilty man, Lee Harvey Oswald. The Commission claimed that Oswald shot JFK from this southeast corner window, then made his way around tables and boxes of books to the northwest corner stairwell and raced down 4 flights of stairs to the second floor lunchroom. Once in the lunchroom, with a bottle of pop in his hand that validates Geraldine Reed's account, Oswald was confronted by his boss, Roy Truly. With Roy Truly was Dallas Police Constable Marion Baker, who immediately drew his gun and pointed it at Oswald. When Truly confirmed Oswald as an employee, Truly and Baker ran off. Oswald never said a word. The lunchroom encounter, says the Warren Commission, occurred just 90 seconds after the shot sounded outside, the timing of which was confirmed by Truly and Officer Baker. When the House Select Committee on Assassinations investigated the JFK assassination 15 years later, it did not dispute that Oswald was the sniper at the sixth floor window, then had his confrontation with Officer Baker 90 seconds later in the second floor lunchroom while attempting to escape. Neither committee attempted to explain why a fleeing assassin of the President of the United States would pause his escape to purchase a bottle of pop from the second floor staff lunchroom vending machine. As for how Oswald and Officer Baker met up in the second floor staff room 90 seconds later, common sense must be applied in the absence of factual evidence. First, Could Oswald have gotten from the sixth floor southeast corner sniper's window at left to the northwest corner stairwell at right and get to the second floor lunchroom in 90 seconds? The answer is yes. I verified this to be quite viable in 1979, when I was granted rare access to the Book Depository building when it was locked and sealed from the public. From the infamous assassin's window, I took this photo of the kill site on Elm Street. I did a test run, with no obstacles on the floor to impede me. Per the map at right, I walked briskly to the opposite corner of the building and raced down the stairs to the second floor lunchroom in 82 seconds. So as the map shows us, this is the southeast corner sniper's window, where Oswald is alleged to have fired all the shots that killed President Kennedy and wounded Governor Conley. He then walked to or ran perhaps, to the very far corner of the building, the northwest corner stairwell, and ran down 4 flights of stairs to the lunchroom where he had his encounter with Officer Baker. Assumption accepted as fact. When the commission established that Oswald could have gotten from the sixth floor sniper's window to the second floor lunchroom in the 90 seconds necessary to be confronted by Constable Baker, it used this confrontation to conclude that Oswald murdered JFK from that window, despite no other supportive evidence. However, there is one matter the commission failed to consider or blatantly ignored. One unflappable assassin. Upon being confronted by Officer Baker with a gun pointed at him just 90 seconds after the shots, why did Oswald show no visual signs that he had just physically exerted himself to get there? When I was granted exclusive access to the building in 1979, as shown at the Oswald window, I was an athletic 27-year-old, just 3 years older than Oswald. Here's the problem. When I completed my escape from the sixth floor Oswald window to the second floor lunchroom in the accepted 90-second time frame, my appearance was not calm and relaxed, as Officer Baker described Oswald. Let's not forget that mere seconds after arriving in the second floor lunchroom, I was not startled by a police officer pointing his gun at my head. The contrast is stunning. I merely simulated shooting the President of the United States, then hurriedly followed the known escape route down 4 flights of stairs to the second floor lunchroom. When I got there 82 seconds later, my breath was slightly labored, my palms were mildly sweaty, and my Dallas County host William Smith said that my facial cheeks were noticeably flushed. Yet the commission would have us believe that 90 seconds after murdering the president and racing down to the second floor lunchroom, Oswald appeared so calm and collected with a cop's gun pointed at his head, he aroused no suspicion in the eyes of his boss or Officer Baker, who let him go. By contrast, in front of Baker, Oswald was as cool as it gets, whereas while he was in police custody after the assassination, Oswald appeared to be very defiant and emotional at most of the time. I can honestly say, even knowing I did not just murder the President of the United States, I would not have passed the visual test of an innocent person in the eyes of a trained police officer. I feel quite confident that at the very least, without saying a word at that tense moment, my physical appearance would have prompted Officer Baker to at least detain me for questioning. As a suspicious-looking person, he would not have let me go free. Had Officer Baker asked me questions, his instinct and training would have kicked in, as my obviously quickened breathing would have made me look suspicious. There was nothing about Oswald's physical appearance or demeanor at that confrontation that made him look like he was an escaping assassin. Yet the Warren Commission concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald was exactly that. The Warren Commission could not produce any evidence that Oswald was physically on the 6th floor at 12:30 p.m. when the shots were fired. Nor could it provide evidence or witnesses that Oswald raced down 4 flights of stairs to be in the lunchroom 90 seconds later. To the contrary, the testimony of Carolyn Arnold placed Oswald on the 1st floor only a few minutes before the shooting. She was ignored by the commission. Geraldine Reed says she was interacting with Oswald on the 2nd floor as the shots rang out. She wasn't even called as a witness before the commission hearings. Oswald himself, after hours of interrogation in police custody, insisted that he was in the 2nd floor lunchroom when the shooting occurred. This would explain why he appeared so calm and collected in front of Officer Baker. In the face of limited evidence in the Oswald-Baker rendezvous, perhaps the best way to make sense of it is common sense itself. The Warren Commission ignored the limited evidence and common sense in this matter to claim that 90 seconds after murdering JFK, Lee Oswald tricked Officer Baker into believing he was an innocent man.